Drugstore video number 2. I'm going to be talking about my favorite EcoTools brushes today. And I have a little handful. I'm going to show you why I love them and talk about each one. And they're just so soft, too. I just want to like rub them like this while I'm talking to you about them. So the first one is going to be the Custom Coverage Buffing. This one I freaking love. So it looks like this. It's a flat top, really dense, but not too stiff. Of like, you know, sometimes dense brushes feel like they just don't move. This one is really good. So what I love this one for is, I don't want to say contour because I don't really do contouring. I just put bronzer kind of in this area. And I like to take it and just kind of like press it into the bronzer like this. And then kind of like, almost like stamp it in a way. And then it brush it out like this. I really, really love this. It picks up just the right amount of product. It blends it out really well without disturbing like your foundation or whatever you have underneath it. And another one that all of these I really love, so I'm going to say that for all of them. This one's called the Tapered Blush Brush. And just so soft. It looks like, I don't know, it has like these angles cut on the side, if you can see that. But then when you turn it over like this, it's flat. So it's a flat brush, but it blends. The cut is just so interesting on this brush because I've never seen anything like it. It's cut like, I want to say like a diamond or something. Can you see that? I love this for blush. It's also really good for bronzer because it's so soft and it's so fluffy like on the tip. But I love it for blush. It puts on just the right amount. It doesn't pick up too much. So if you have like a really overly pigmented blush or one you find is just so difficult to work with, I like this brush for that. Because it doesn't pick up too much, and then when you're blending it, it's just so good. It blends perfectly, and I love it for overly pigmented blushes. I think it's great for that. I dropped one. Hold on. Okay, we're back. This one is a newer one to me, and I really, really love the new handles they've done. It seems like the styles are maybe a little different, but I think the styles are generally the same, but the handles they changed. This is a new one. It's like white. They're really cool. I think it makes the brushes look a lot more luxe. They also changed the ferrule. Is that what this part's called here? They changed it to be a little silver because this is the old style here. And I think this looks so much more luxe, but the price isn't any different, so I appreciate that. Anyway, let's just talk about this one next. This is, I think, just powder, full powder brush. Oh my god, this is the one you just want to like play with it sometimes when you're just watching TV mindlessly, just petting your brushes. They're so soft. This is awesome for powder, exactly for powder. You can use it for bronzer, I think, but I think it's a little bit too big. Actually, I'm lying because the other bronzer brush I actually do use is really big. So I guess you could use this for bronzer. I don't usually. I do use it for powder. It's awesome. Every single one of these brushes is awesome. It's so soft. I like to use it for powder. I kind of like dab it in the powder like this and kind of just like press it on my face. Another powder brush that I have from Real Techniques, when I touch it on my face like this, I can feel all the tips of the bristles, like a little poke, like a little bit of poke on my face. This one I can't feel anything. It's extremely soft. It definitely just buffs everything to perfection. If you like doing the buffing technique, this is a great brush for that. It's so soft. This is a brush I loved so much. I actually have 2 of them because I just think it's amazing. It's their stippling brush. And this isn't any like stippling brush I've ever seen before because most of the time I'm used to brushes look like this. They're stippling. Duo fiber, you know, one fiber comes out longer than the other ones. I have another one here, kind of same style. But they're definitely just a brush you want to just like kind of like poke on your face. I don't know. That's a proper description. But I've never seen a stippling brush like this. It is duo fiber, so it still has that kind of same thing going on. Still just really soft, but I love this one specifically for cream products. More specifically, cream bronzer. I like to just draw the cream bronzer on where I want it, and this just buffs. This is what I do. Just like mush it all over the face. It blends it so, so good without disturbing anything underneath. It also buffs it to freaking perfection. So this is one of those brushes I like to use if I happen to put on too much bronzer or cream bronzer. This just blends out so well without like, it'll kind of pick up some of the product a little bit. So if you put on too much, this is a good one for that. And the last three I have here are eye brushes. One of them I don't use for my eyes, but two of them are double-ended brushes. These are really, really good. The EcoTools, I don't know if EcoTools is underrated. They're excellent, but I don't think a lot of people really talk about them. I don't know. I don't know why. But these are all great for eyeshadow. This is a great one. This is like a one of those angled brushes. I think this is, I use this to put on like angled, if I want to do my eyeliner, like a powder angle eyeliner. That one's really good for it because it's not overly stiff. I don't, unless I'm doing my eyebrows with a stiff brush, I don't want my angled like eyeliner brush to be super stiff, and this one is not, but it's also not flimsy. It's just, it's a really good like density. They did that one really good. I like it. This is the only one I don't really have a use for. I don't really know what to use it for. But sometimes I use it just to like smudge eyeshadow in the lash line or something, but I don't really know what it's for otherwise. And this one's also, this other side on the brush is really good to just do some blending out, buffing out eyeshadow. I find when I put on too much eyeshadow, this is one I go for to help kind of blend it out. And the last one, which is just another one I just love, I have two of them. It's the Airbrush Concealer Brush. I don't use this for concealer. I use this for one specific reason, and it's for, I don't know how to contour. I don't know what I'm doing with contour, but I use this for nose contour. I don't necessarily use it to like slim out my nose or anything, but I use this because, watch, let me find a bronzer right here. We'll just take this Rimmel. Oh, this is such a good one. I freaking love this. I kind of just dab it in like this, and then I dab off a tiny little bit, and then I just go across my nose just like this. Of course, connect it up here. Really, really lightly. But I find it makes a little bit of a difference, not necessarily in the slimness of my nose, but I find when I have bronzer and blush and highlight in this whole area, if I don't put anything here, it just looks weird. So I put a little bit of bronzer on my nose just to kind of even things out. And I really like it. I love this brush for that. I have two of them because I just love it so much. And that's it. Those are my favorite EcoTools brushes. I think the stippling, I think, is my favorite of all of them. I just think this one is so amazing. And that nose contour brush, which is supposed to be for concealer, this is also great. I'm just going to rub these brushes a little more, and I will see you tomorrow for another drugstore video. Bye!